Ever snuck popcorn into the theater? Have you ever snuck popcorn into the theater?
Point at him, point at him.
Yeah, get the popcorn together. Okay, now what you gonna do is you gonna put the popcorn in the bag, see? You know what I'm saying? And then turn around, right? Not like, well, nobody can see you, see? And this is what you do, right? And then you go ahead and slide it on in your pocket, all right? You put that popcorn in your pocket when you go on to the theater. Look at him getting it together. He's getting it together. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if he can make it inside the theater. This gentleman here is getting some popcorn. So I think it's homemade popcorn at that. I think, oh, okay, hold on. I think he's looking this way. Ooh, hold on, do you see that? Ooh, looking around. I see it. Is that a humpback coochie mama or what?
Turn around. Hi, can you see this dress? Ooh, no. You know, it's so funny because I do a lot of my videos and pictures in the car. Nobody knows how I really look from head to toe. Oh, there we go, kind of like that. I smash it down. But this is a full body shot. So you guys can see, I'm pretty tall. For everybody who don't know. So, okay, here we go.
Hi everybody, it's your host actor Sasha Mays with Houston on the Map. I just want to take the time to share some personal details about myself with you. I know a lot of you may associate me with Houston on the Map. One would say I'm a mother, I'm an actress, and I would like to say I'm a host. I created this show, Houston on the Map, inspired by my struggle, my life struggle. I come from outside of theater, oil and gas industry. When I say up and down, very up and down industry, to the point where I'm losing everything and having to start over. After going from job to job, I've cleaned houses. I'm talking about nasty toilets, cleaning houses. I've done Hurricane Harvey work. And as I'm out there, sweat dripping from my brows, I was thinking to myself, this cannot be it. I have this passion. I was talking to God. I said, there's no way that you would give me this talent, this gift, this passion, this drive for something so strong inside of me to not use it. So I sat there and I prayed one morning and I was like, thank you for everything that I have. Even though for most people, it wasn't much, but I just started being grateful for everything that I had. And it started pouring into me, like, use what you have. So I had a cell phone and I had a voice. So I decided to go buy a selfie stick. Got the selfie stick from the Family Dollar, and I started networking with people. I started calling these businesses, showing my face, telling them, hi, I created a show, Houston on the Map, that highlights the best people, places, and things to do. Do you mind if I highlight your business or service or your talent? And of course, they saw the energy and the drive that I had, and they said yes. And this show was created for the people of Houston, so they can have a forum to get their voice out there. You know, a lot of times you have your local entrepreneurs, your family-owned businesses, you have wonderful talent in Houston, and there's, outside of their own social media, there's not a way to really highlight them as a hot commodity within Houston. So with that being created, right now I need sponsors, honestly. I need sponsorships because that goes towards a program called Glory to God. That program, Glory to God, is a program that helps people behind close the doors. And that's based on a chapter in the Bible, Matthew 10, give as freely as you have received. This service allows you to get help over a hump in the road, you know, just give you a boost financially. It may not be exactly everything you need, but it's something to get you started in the right direction. Like if it's a light bill, something dealing with your child as far as child care, if you need funeral service expenses, that's where we come in at. But in order to do that, we need sponsors. So with this Houston on the Map, it does require not just providing free videos, it requires sponsorships and investors, because we get back into the community. Growing up, a lot of you may not know this, but we didn't have much growing up. We had clothes handed down to us like this right here. You'll probably think this is so expensive, but I guarantee you it is not. With this program, with Houston on the Map, is a show that highlights the best people, places, and things to do. Inside of Houston on the Map, there's also a program called Glory to God, giving back to the community secretly behind closed doors. You know, growing up, we didn't have much. You know, there were plenty of times where we had to make a meal out of no meal. You know, where we had to light a candle for electricity. You know, a lot of people don't know that about being homeless. There were times I've even had to sleep in my car, you know, but I thought that if I can help someone not go through what I've experienced, then that could make a huge difference, because I've seen suicide, I've seen physical abuse, I've been through physical abuse, sexual abuse, and I carry myself with pride. Like, I don't let my past burden me or weigh me down. You know, I use that to fight, and I keep going with that. You know, I don't share my story with everyone, but I want people to know that you should not allow your past or your current situation or your background or anything that you're going through hold you down. I didn't have everything I needed when I started my company, or everything I wanted, shall I say, but I had what I needed. Meaning I had the means to a phone and services to the internet to get out there, and I had the footwork. A lot of times people want these doors to open for them, but they're not willing to get up and take a chance to go toward that open door. You can't get to the open door until you take the necessary steps. So I just heard the voice in my head and I got up and went. I got my DBA for Houston on the Map. I got everything I need. I got my business cards. Right now I'm still looking to build a website. I still need a company logo. Yeah, I still need a company logo. I still need a company logo. So I'm the host who temporarily works the camera, who temporarily does the video edits, but I'm using what I have. I'm not sitting back and waiting for someone to hand things to me. You know, when someone see that drive and that passion in you, and they're serious about what you're doing, you're serious about what you're doing, they're gonna work with you. I mean, I did a fashion show one time, surrounding myself with these videographers with $50,000 cameras, $100,000 cameras, and I had my cell phone and my selfie stick. They respected me enough because they saw and they knew what I was doing, and they saw how serious I was. So you don't have to wait until everything's perfectly lined up. That's one thing I want to remind people. Use what you have. Definitely use what you have. But oh my gosh. Oh, I hate when yes, I forget to shave my armpits sometimes. Not all the time, I promise you. So I can't do this. One thing I want to share with you guys, something you don't know about me is, let's say my insecurity. A lot of people expect perfection, but perfection does not exist in an imperfect world. You know what I mean? I want you to know that. A lot of people expect the flawless skin, the tight body. So let me tell you, my body is covered in stretch marks. When I say covered in stretch marks. The first time I started getting stretch marks was in the 8th grade along my thigh area, and it just bloomed from there. From there, I dealt with my stretch marks, and then as I became an adult, when I became an adult, I had horrible acne. And the crazy thing is, what they say, be careful what you say. When I was a kid, I used to make fun of this guy who had these, what I have now on my skin, and I would call them crater face. So when I became an adult, severe acne. Woo! So all of this used to be nothing but pimples, infused. So I was like, I can deal with the indentions and the open pores and the extra stuff temporarily. I say temporarily because there's always a way to get things better, but I can deal with this versus having it completely covered in acne. But for anybody who has ever had acne, suffering with acne, I promise you it does get better. Just take care of your skin, eat healthy, and don't try any and every product out there, you know. My doctor told me exactly what to use, honestly, and I was so heartbroken when I found out what it was, because I went through so many products. That was good over here. I went through so many products, and they just actually triggered the acne and made it worse. But like I said, you're not alone. I don't have perfect skin, tight skin, and like that. And honestly, I don't care. I can't hide it. You can see it. And that's one thing I used to be insecure about until I had my son. You know, I used to be really insecure about my skin, but I dealt with that once it cleared up and just left behind the scars. So one of my biggest insecurities today is my stomach area. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my God, is the stomach area. When I say everybody thought I was having twins or triplets, everyone thought I was having twins or triplets. That's how big my stomach was when I carried my son. I used to be married. You may not know that. Yeah, so after I had him, it left behind a mark for every heartbeat. And some extra, I call it the kangaroo pouch, you know, some extra skin too. But a lot of people say, well, just a little workout could turn that up. If I say, hush, if you could see it, then you won't say that. Yes, to an extent, it will tighten up. But when I say it's still extra, it gets worse. The more I tone up, it gets worse. It has gotten worse, and I hate it. That's one of my insecurities. Here's another fun fact. I have a crooked face. Like, literally, crooked face. I'm sure you can see it at certain angles. I'm sure you can see it right now. For all of you who do not know, one, I am not a professional guitar player. I love the guitar, I love all instruments, but one day I figured, let me get a guitar because I'm tired of playing the air guitar. Never taken any lessons, would love to take some lessons, but I just picked it up one day and decided that I wanted to, that I was actually able to go and buy one. Realistically, I had it on layaway, let's be honest, okay? I was on layaway. What did I save up for? One of the two, but I didn't just go and buy a guitar. I saved up for my first guitar, and it went from there. I fell in love with it. It was addicting. I love music. I love art. To me, it falls under one category, art. Art falls into one category to me. As far as like, there's an umbrella, and that umbrella is art. And under that umbrella, you have the different variations of what art is. But you have to understand and have the same love for art to know that. From the music, from your acting, music as in playing instruments, making music, through being a DJ, etc., producing, engineer, yeah, music producing, right? Yeah. So art falls under this umbrella, and I love to draw, I love to dance, I love to act. I love to do it all. The only thing I cannot do is sing. Oh, and I love to cook now. Whoever knows me, who actually has been around me, knows that I can throw down. I would say that I'm the best in the kitchen, but I have some type of skills. My mom taught me. My mom and my dad, they're both from the country. My dad is from Bruno. My mom, she's from Raywood, Texas, where she went, well, more in the DZ area, Liberty County. But I have 3 siblings. I have a wonderful son from my first marriage. It did not work out, but we have a great parenting relationship. For all of you who do not know, I didn't have it all growing up. We had stuff handed down to us as far as clothes. We had to make meals happen where it actually wasn't really there. Having to light candles, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have no transportation growing up. No transportation growing up. Catching the bus everywhere, people would assume that, oh, I bet she had it so good, so many please. I walked to school, like my sister and I, we walked to school. And we caught the bus everywhere. At the age of 15, I had a full-time job. And I kept a job even while I was going to school. You know, I kept that job even when I was going to school. I was doing my junior and my senior year at the exact same time, on top of working after school while being in dance and theater. So when I say I was fighting for a better future, because growing up, after seeing my dad being abusive, we ran away from him. We lived in a homeless shelter for a brief moment. Went to the country to my pawpaw. I've seen him abuse my mom. I mean, there was a time when we were trying to escape him and he tried to beat her half to death with a shotgun. I know this is very violent. No one would ever expect that. I never expected I would share certain things like this, but I've seen so much. I've seen suicide, I've seen physical abuse, sexual abuse, homelessness, even sleeping in my own car myself, but being on set the next day without nobody having a clue, because I didn't let my situation bring me down. I knew I didn't like where I was, so I fought and I went out there and I got it. I smiled because I'm still alive and I survived it, you know. So I want you guys to know, don't let your situation hold you back. Don't ever feel like I can't do this or that because of where I am now. No, that's when you fight and you turn around and make that difference. okay? I'm from Houston, Texas, born and raised. Both of my parents are from the country, so that's why I always say I am a country girl that just so happens to live in the city. I'm a country girl who happens to live in the city, but I come from a big family. I'm a very family-oriented person. Although our household in particular struggled so much, it didn't affect the way we loved. They did not affect the way we carried ourselves. I'm not a product of my environment, but what I will say is I know what it is and I never forget where I come from. So I'm not a high maintenance person. A lot of people would assume, I've heard it quite a few times, that, oh, I bet you're high maintenance. I shop at the thrift store. Matter of fact, Pennywise is one of my favorite thrift stores. I have a membership card. I have a membership card, you know. Like, I am a bargain shopper, because when you grow up and your clothes were handed down to you and your meals were scraped and pulled together, you're not thinking about blowing money and spending money on these high dollar items. Like, you're thinking about surviving, you're thinking about paying your bills, you're thinking about raising your kid, you know. So I just want to say that I'm very humble, down to earth, more grounded than what a lot of people may assume. But yeah, from Houston, Texas, born and raised, but we're looking to expand into the international market. Right now, I have quite a few projects that I'm working on, film-wise, television-wise, and radio. So I'm really excited about those things outside of Houston on the map. But if you guys are looking to sponsor, become a sponsor for Houston on the map, so that we can put into the Glory to God program, which gives back into the community secretly behind closed doors, because no one is going to help someone and then make an announcement like, hey, this is what I did. Nobody want to know or want the world to know I need help with a light bill, or I needed, you know, some food in my pantry. That's not something for everybody to know. So that's why, because we had it hard growing up, I do what I can with this company, Houston on the Map, to give back to others, because I never want nobody to have to go through what I did. You can't stop it, but if you can help someone along the way, that's where I come from, you know. But anyway, with Houston on the Map, we're going to hit the streets hard. We're going to target a lot of family-owned businesses, a lot of businesses that need exposure with Houston, so we can highlight the best people, places, and things to do. So in my future, we're going to have wonderful sponsors and investors involved, making sure the community of Houston tied together and actually work together as a team, promoting each other, using each other's services, so we know exactly what's out there with the Houston on the Map. I want it to be a thriving show that's aired on one of the networks locally and internationally. I want the program Glory to God to take off to where you call up the company, no one have to know that you have reached out to us. The Glory to God is to strictly give it back into the community to help you guys out, for your single parents, for just upcoming new adults in life, and you hit like a bump in the road. I want that program to be out there to where people know to call up and say, hey, I'm going through a hard time, I need your help. And that's where we step in secretly, but in order to help out and get back into the community, we need sponsors and we need some investors. So that's where I'm at right now. Eventually, Houston on the Map will be on the network. So, but in the meantime, oh my gosh, I'm working on so many different things. You know, like I said, I do the acting. I'm involved with a few TV series. I can't give you all the details yet, but I would like to say stay tuned. I want to give a shout out to Shinomi Muhammad at Mkova magazine, you guys. When I say wonderful photographer, great work, a wonderful magazine, hitting the market internationally is always important, because once you hit and take over that international market, oh, the domestic is second nature, you know. But yeah, Shinobi Muhammad, guys, with Mkova magazine, absolutely phenomenal. I like that, 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 I like that. I like that. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. 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 I'm a country girl. I live in the city. I always say I don't care about what nobody thinks, but I'm very mindful of my image. I'm a real person. I don't know why people act like you're supposed to be this extreme, you know, just no. I'm a real person. If I get tired, I will plop my behind on this ground and have a seat. I call it pop a squat. I will pop a squat wherever I'm at with no shame in my game. That's understood.